Today we're going to talk about the Crown Chakra. The Crown Chakra is, your seventh chakra if you don't know. But I'm going to give you some real information on what happens when you actually open that. Because I know there's a lot of videos and people talking about the Crown Chakra, it supplies the rest of the energy through the rest of your entire body. But what actually happens? So from my experience, I actually keep my crown chakra open every single day, all day long. Runs the energies through my third eye, which I keep open all day long, every single day. So I feel the transference of energies running through the crown, flowing through the rest of the body. And once you get to this certain point, and really hone into your divine you of who you really are, you're able to control a lot of those energies through meditation, more focus, and no matter where you are. So what does it feel like? How do you know? So when you open your crown chakra, you know for a fact. There's no doubting it. You absolutely know this is what happens, and some of the feelings that occurs. So whenever you get to that certain point to where your energies are at the crown, right here, I know as babies, it's a very soft portion of the top of your head, and then the four plates kind of come through to develop the rest of the skull. But that stays open for the first couple of years of, maybe not the first couple of years, but about the first year, it starts to harden up, but it stays soft. But that being said, in that portion, on the top of your head, you'll have a lot of pressure. Like whenever I was meditating, and all the energies rushed to the top of my head, settled in the third eye, rushed, I felt a little tingling on the top of right here, and then the energy started to flow and become really substantially, almost nauseating. A lot of pressure, to where the pressure was so substantial that it was just kept on pressing down. It was as if you have this heavy object on the top of your head, and it's just pressing down. So that is all the energies going to the crown chakra. Now, from that point, what happened is whenever it released, it's like an explosion inside your mind. So whenever you get pictures of videos and people talking about it's the lotus flower blooms. So thinking of it as blooming, but as it blooms, it's like an explosion on the top of your head. So whenever it blooms, it bursts, and then you literally will feel energies going through the different portions and just dripping all over your face, all over your head, running to the back of the spine, and then lighting you up as complete light. It's amazing the way it actually happens. But it's the pressure on the top of your head, hard pressure, and then a bloom. If you can imagine, just an explosion of just pure ecstasy. But as these energies kind of flow through different portions of your head, some will actually burn because of our diets, the water being calcified and different things. You hear about people talking about the calcifying of your pineal gland, calcifying of your frontal lobe through the water that we drink, not being unhealthy. And if you want me to, I can do a video on water, the truth of it all, and how to actually drink and intake your water properly, so all these things doesn't happen. But rest assured, no matter how calcified your pineal gland is, no matter how calcified any of the portions of your brain are because of these things, fluoride, calcium, and all of these things, the energies immediately heal, and it literally starts to focus on parts that need to be opened. So as this blooms, and it bursts, a lot of times you'll feel it at the top of your head and the third eye, it bursts into your third eye, but you'll feel the burning sensations of dripping down and then unlocking different portions of your brain and feeling it and just knowing it's happening. So whenever you need, relaxation, the crown chakra really feeds everything else. So if you're, going through all your different chakras, whether you're looking for pleasure, you want to focus in on love and your heart, or your throat being more, exuberant. Maybe you want to focus on more on your root chakra, or maybe you want to focus on your third eye and being able to look at those capabilities and healing those things, or even unlocking different parts of your brains to give you different forms of perceptions and seeing things in different ways. I know whenever this opened up for me, it really strengthened this portion right here of my third eye. So now whenever this bursted open and the energy started to flow down to the rest of the body, it instantly puts you into a moment of ecstasy. Just pure absolute peace to where there's nothing there. But it gives you that automatic perception too of you are this light being. Because if you're looking in the mirror and you're feeling these energies running through your face, you start to focus on these energies and you're like, what is this? Can I see this? Can I physically see this? With your physical eye, almost 100% of the population in this world, no, you can't see it because you're just not there with your perception yet. But as you develop into the higher chakras, your crown chakra, then your, other different portions of chakras, which there are higher, even whenever you get to an enlightenment, there's furthering your enlightenment, if you can imagine, all the way up to a super conscious and so beyond. It's such an amazing thing. But as these, energies start to develop, you can look in the mirror and say, well, where are they? What is it? But through your meditations, you'll start to become more inside of and intuitive, because that's where this portion, whenever this is unlocked and whenever this is broken or ballooned, well, that opens up your entire life. Insights will come in. That's how the divine knowledge comes in. It's a very good way for you to get into different levels above and beyond this physical. So you keeping this, and there's a lot of ascended masters that were able to keep this open. I have no idea the reason yet why I'm able to keep this open yet. There's more insight that I receive every single day, all the time. But I know there's a reason for all these things. There's a reason for you, there's a reason for me, a reason for all of our existence. But the crown chakra, it blooming, there should be no anxiety, there should be no fears, there should be no negative, polar emotions at all. Because, medications that people take, that these things can be done naturally. And it's through the crown chakra that these things can be done naturally. If you wanted to be more relaxed, if you're really an anxious person and your crown chakra is open, well, physical forms still, experience different emotions. And there's still processes as furthering your enlightenment in different things. But you can focus in on your energies and putting them into different places on where it's going to help you the most, which is a very interesting thing. I mean, could you imagine the pharmaceutical industry and what you see it now? How much would that change if you were able to cure everything from the within? And it's all supplied from the crown chakra. Yes, the intuitiveness and things come from the third eye, which is an amazing thing. People talk about that very much. But your crown is the part of the energies that flows everything through the rest of the body. And it's absolutely a fact. So whenever this blooms and you start to, you get into some meditations and your hands start to move, the energies start to flow through your body, and it's a continuous. Sometimes you'll see pictures of explanations of the energies coming in like this and flowing through the rest of your body like this, inside and then out. And that's absolutely true. So whenever you get into the state where there's no thought, control your thoughts. The more you can have a clear mind, the more the energies start to flow dramatically. And because it's amazing that the mind, the thoughts clutter everything. The thoughts clutter manifestation. The thoughts clutter, your perceptions. The thoughts clutter the truth. The thoughts clutter even your own energies running through your body. So that being said, as your crown chakra opens, you'll start to feel energies in different places that you never even thought would exist. So whenever mine opened, a couple of experiences that I had was feeling the energies run this way. So it's interesting. I almost want to go to get my brain scan to see if they can see where these energies are taking place, how the energies and the light body can be scientifically proven, because you can feel the paths. It's the exact same paths of the energy flowing into different places. So let's say, like, I keep pointing on my third eye. So whenever the crown chakra opens and it blooms, the energy is running through the rest of the body, and it starts to unlock different portions, and you can physically feel the burning of them unlocking. So that's how you know. But a lot of times there's different portions and pieces through the entire face and through your entire skull. Upper portion above your throat chakra. And even in your throat chakra, you have a portion right here that runs this way. So it's as if you have different pressure points, or you have different bundles of energy points all the way up into this area that bleed through each point, outlining your entire physical body. So, I mean, I know there's 72,000 nadis, which is energy points through your entire body, and those are the things that start to unlock, and as your energy starts to be more vibrant, you're unlocking these different portions. You're also going into states to where you're unlocking all 72,000 energy points in all the chakras through your entire body, because this is actually flooding through everything else. That's, this is one of the ways that I was able to lose 45 pounds in very, very small amount of time, because it tells you what you can eat, it tells you what to do, how to eat, when to meditate, basically your entire life on a day-to-day, night-to-night basis. What's good, everything changes. So, no working out at all. I don't know whether I can say I can diet, but I don't consciously, diet at all. I'm not saying, hey, I'm going to diet for 6 months. No, that's not the way it works. It literally tells you what to have at your highest point to get to your most divine state. And the crown chakra is truly the key to unlocking the full consciousness. So I know a lot of people, they will go through a Kundalini experience, maybe they'll even get up to the third eye. But the third eye from here to the crown is a leap. It's a leap, it's a jump, it's a faith. You have to be a little crazy, or you need to just let go. But if you let go through this far in the process, why not keep going? Because this is what's really going to fuel everything else. And as you have these energies just running through your body, I mean, since everything else is, else's energy, you're more capable of attracting the things in your life that you want. And even giving your own body a physical health. If you're in physical pain, this is one of the ways Wim Hof was able to, break so many 26 world records, is because, going up Mount Everest in barefooted, no shirt, you have to be in tune with a lot of that piece. And it comes from the crown chakra bleeding your energies and flooding your energies through the rest of your body to the ultimate capacity. So whenever you're doing this, that's how, he was said, well, I think in one of his books, he said, I knew I had frostbite on my foot because, I sent a message down to my foot and it came back as frostbite, which is interesting because it's absolutely true through the rest of your body. Whenever you're in tune with the energies within yourself, everything could be cured. Everything can be cured. Your emotional state, your physical state, cancers, everything, all sicknesses within your body are absolutely 100% cured. So I hope this resonated with you guys well. I hope you are understanding how important and how true these things are that we experience on an every single day basis. That how much we're not, because you're not consciously, you're not awake. You're not conscious. You're not knowing what the truth of what's going on with the different energy points in your body, and how to do it and what those are, and how to actually utilize them to benefit your everyday existence in life. So if you have any questions, please send me a message, comment below, I'll answer you guys. If there's any other videos that you want me to hone in on a little bit more detailed, I know a lot of these first videos are brief, vague, but as we dive deeper into each little section of what's important and whatever it needs to come up as in divine states within the divine being, within a self, more things will come up. As I receive more information, I'll make sure to relay it to you guys. But stay you, stay true, stay divine.